Hello, Periscope. Hello, welcome, replay viewers. Also, my name is Jennifer Kendrick, and I am a veteran registered nurse. I'm an encourager, I'm an author, and I help you get healthier overall, spiritually, physically, and mentally. I'm going to wait just a minute to see if anyone can join us in the room today. I want to give you a word of encouragement, and preferably it will bless your life. Gonna wait just a minute. I hope you guys are off to a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I know many people dread Mondays, but any day God blesses us with and we get to see it, it is a day that we should consider a blessing and rejoice in it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. As you read in the title, decide now. Decide now. It's a big thing that many people just don't do. They don't make decisions. Our life is shaped around our decisions, and sometimes it's not the decisions that we made, but the decisions that we did not make, those things that we decided to put off. And I want to talk about one of the what I feel is one of the number one dream killers, and that's not deciding. Not deciding. We drag our feet. We tell ourselves that we can do it later, or we will do it later, when in actuality we don't do it. If we were going to, we would have done it by now. So we fool ourselves by telling ourselves that we're going to do something later, when later is one of the number one dream killers, because we never end up actually doing anything. We trick ourselves into believing that we will do something later, and we don't do it. But I want to encourage you today to decide. Welcome, GARIP. Says it's your first day on Periscope. Welcome to Periscope. I'm talking about making decisions, and how many times we fool ourselves into thinking we'll do something later, when in actuality we really aren't going to do it. And how our lives are shaped around our decisions. And many times it's not the decisions that we made, but the decisions that we didn't make. So I want to encourage you today to make a conscious decision to decide exactly what you want. I want to share a story with you guys. Last night, actually it was really early this morning, it was after midnight, I had picked my son up from work, and we were headed home. And while we were driving along, we heard gunshots, and they sounded very close. The car windows were up, but the gunshot sounded real close, and it sounded like all of probably 10 gunshots. And I had to make a decision. I couldn't wait till later like we would generally do with life. I had to make a decision right then. Was I going to continue on the road I was going, or was I going to stop and take a detour? And in this case, my decision in that moment could have meant life and death. I mean, it was scary. It was really scary. But I decided right then to stop the car and go a different route. I don't know what happened up ahead, and I didn't want to find out what happened. And I shared that story to say this. Hopefully in life, you won't have many situations where you've got to make life and death decisions, but you've got to decide what you want and make a decision if whether you feel like you're on the path to get what you want. Many times we don't concretize what we want in life. And I want to encourage you today to sit down, take a few minutes, and write on paper what it is you want right now in your life. And if what you write down and what you say you want is not what you see, not what you're living, not what you're headed toward on the path you're on right now, to make a conscious decision on whether or not you're going to continue on that path or whether you're going to take a detour. It sounds simple in saying it, but it's really not that simple. But you've got to stop and make a decision, because your physical life may not depend on it, but your fulfillment in life can depend on it. We often just go through the motions day after day. Okay, it's Monday. It's time to go back to work from the weekend. We'll go clock in. We'll go through the motions and do whatever we do at work. We'll clock out. We'll go home. We cook dinner. We eat dinner. We go through the motions. And that's not life. That's not living. We were promised an abundant life. And we have to decide when we're going to start participating and creating that abundant life and not just going through the motions. Again, I want to encourage you to stop. Take a few minutes. Look at what's going on in your life. Write down what it is you really want in life. And then decide whether the path that you are on is leading you to that. If it's not, you got to decide, are you going to keep on that path, or are you going to go a different route? Life is more than going through the motions. Life is more than waking up, doing the day-to-day stuff, and going to bed at night. You deserve so much more. Don't you believe that you deserve so much more? I really hope that you desire much more in life. So I want to encourage you, stop fooling yourself and thinking and telling yourself that you'll do it later. Later, or procrastination, is one of the number one dream killers. And if you want to do something purposeful with your life, if you feel like what you're doing right now is not what's giving you fulfillment, it's not what you were purposed to do, it's not the road that you want to be on, stop and make a decision. Take a few minutes today, not tomorrow. Take a few minutes today to decide whether or not you're on the right path, on the desired path. Not what other people want for you, but what you want for yourself. And if that's not what you see, make a decision today to make a change and commit to doing something different so that you can get the desired results that you want. I always tell people when I do my videos, the change you desire starts with you. It doesn't start with your boss. It doesn't start with your spouse. It doesn't start with your children. It doesn't start with your parents. It doesn't start with your friends or your significant others. It doesn't start with who's in government. It doesn't start with what's going on in your community. It starts with you. And if you want change, you've got to make a decision to do those things that are going to cause what you see to become what you want to see. So I pray that this has been a blessing to someone. Again, my name is Jennifer Kendrick. I'm a veteran registered nurse and an encourager. I'm an author. I will soon be sharing my first ebook that I've written, and it's something that I feel that was God-breathed. I believe that it was inspired by God, and I will be sharing that with you guys very soon. And I help you get healthier spiritually, physically, and mentally. And again, I pray that this has been a blessing. If you're watching the replay, remember you can tap the screen for hearts. That lets me know that what I'm saying is something that you are interested in, something that is blessing you. And by all means, share with your followers, share on Facebook and Twitter. And I thank you in advance for that. And I look forward to seeing you on some of my future scopes. I pray that you have a blessed day.